it's Mrs. Sawyer's. I'm back to read some more McDuff books. All right, so we talked about McDuff. There are 4 books about McDuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. They each take place in one of the 4 seasons of the year. The one we already read this one. This is McDuff in the springtime. This is McDuff in the summer. That's the one we're going to read today. This is McDuff in the fall. And this is McDuff in the wintertime. So we're going to put these 3 aside and take this one and read this one today. This is the season that's becoming after spring, summertime. You'll see in this book a lot of beautiful summer flowers growing, and also all the leaves are out on the trees, so everything looks nice and green. Now, just as that story time at school, we're going to do a little poem before we start reading this book. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. My ears are ready to listen, my eyes are ready to see, my legs are very still, I'm as quiet, as can be. All right, put your hands together, put them in your mouth, and be a good listener. All right, so this one is called McDuff Comes Home. Rosemary Wells wrote the words of this book. Susan Jeffers made the pictures. She's the illustrator. Now in this book, the first picture shows us that it's not nighttime anymore, is it? No. Can you see the blue sky back there? Yep. Look how full and pretty the trees look with all their leaves growing in the summertime. All right. McDuff's corner of the garden was just under the kitchen window, where he could hear the voices of the people that he loved. There McDuff relaxed and breathed in all the wonderful smells that escaped from the window. The snappy smell of Fred's frying sausages and the velvety smell of Lucy's vanilla rice pudding. Do you see them up there? Yep, they're doing some cooking. But one day the window was closed. There was nothing to smell or hear. Suddenly, McDuff saw something move in the neighbor's garden. You see it too? Whoops. It was a fat rabbit. Whoa. What do you think McDuff is thinking? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's turn the page. Zoom went the rabbit through the zinnias. Zinnias are the flowers. McDuff squeezed through the fence after it. His collar and tag caught on the fence. Snap went his collar, and it fell off behind him. The rabbit zigzagged over the neighbor's lawn and whizzed down the street. McDuff zigzagged and whizzed too. Whoa. You see all the pictures? There's really just one McDuff and one rabbit, but they're showing you all the different places that they went with the pictures. I like that. Over hills and streets and flower beds, the rabbit scurried and skedaddled, with McDuff right on his tail, until it found a hole and shot in. McDuff could not follow. Well, rabbits like to go down holes, but dogs don't. McDuff was so tired from chasing the rabbit that he lay down in someone's vegetable garden and fell asleep. Ooh, I think he's right underneath a big eggplant. When McDuff woke up, he looked around. He could not see his kitchen window. Well, why couldn't he see his kitchen window? You're right. He ran away from his house, didn't he, chasing the rabbit? He could not smell sausages or vanilla rice pudding. He could not hear any voices he knew. Well, he's in somebody's garden, and you can tell it's the summertime because all the vegetables are growing so big. Mrs. Higgins came out to weed her garden. "Who's that under my eggplants?" she asked. Mrs. Higgins looked for McDuff's collar and tag and could not find them. "Well, we will go to the police station," she said, "and see if anyone is there to pick you up." Mrs. Higgins drove McDuff up Main Street and down Pine Road and over the bridge to Oak Lane. Suddenly, McDuff smelled vanilla rice pudding. "Woof!" McDuff said. Mrs. Higgins turned left. Then McDuff heard someone he loved calling his name. "Woof!" said McDuff, and she turned right. Then he saw his own home at number 7 Elm Road. Lucy and Fred were calling for him. Woof, woof, he said, and Mrs. Higgins stopped. His collar is gone, said Lucy. How did you know where to bring him? I guess I understand dog language, she said. Everyone was hungry. Lucy made some apple pie and sandwiches. Ooh, it looks like they're having a party. They're so happy to have McDuff back, huh? Fred gave McDuff his favorite treat, a small dish of vanilla rice pudding with a sausage sliced on top. Now you can see his name, McDuff. There's his tag on his collar. I think he's a happy dog. What do you think? Yep. Well, next time we're going to read the story about McDuff in the fall. See you then.